Bennett Davison here with the EuroHooplife podcast interview. We're here with Jayson Wells. Jayson, how's it going today?
I'm awesome, bro. How you doing?
Outstanding. I just wanted to talk to you about your experience in Jerusalem. Go into a few details specifically about how you got in contact with the team, agents. Give a little bit of information and education to the basketball players that possibly could be signing with this team. What was the city like, the team name, and all that?
Yeah, man. So Hapoel Jerusalem, Hapoel, which is long story, super short. It's kind of like Democrats and Republicans. So a lot of the teams over there will start with either Hapoel or Maccabi, which are like Democrats and Republicans. So, but it's the only A1, if we call it, or top division team in Jerusalem. One of the top teams in the world, always in EuroLeague competitions or European Cup competitions. And awesome experience. I actually had the opportunity to go there twice, so two different stints. My first one was in 05, 06, and my second one was in 08, 09. The first time I went, I did have coaching changes that were different in those times, though. So I was recruited by the coach the first time I went, and I was recruited by the management the second time I went, which was two totally different experiences.
So let's dig into those experiences. How were they different?
Yeah. Coach recruited me. I was the guy that he wanted. Front office recruited me. I was the guy that they wanted, but not the guy that coach wanted. And with coach being the guy that determines whether or not I play, there you go. So he put his foot down and let them know that I was not the guy he wanted.
Understood. So let's go into details. So when you got over there, how did they pick you up from the airport? Did they put you into an apartment? Did you go off the training camp? Give someone who is looking to be able to sign a contract what to expect when you first get there.
Yeah, man. They've only gotten better since I was there 10 years ago, but Jerusalem is about a 45-minute drive up the mountains from Tel Aviv. Everybody who flies into Israel or plays in Israel will fly into Tel Aviv. And yeah, 45 minutes up into the mountains is really wouldn't be that long if you weren't going up into the mountains. They took me straight to my apartment, which was, pretty typical European. I shouldn't say typical in that country. So 2-bedroom, all the standard stuff, furnished. Usually what happens is they have an owner of the apartment that will sublease it to the team, and they'll do it that way. But high rise. Everything taken care of, and then I was there for a day before I went into training camp that next day and on into the season.
Okay. And so once you got it there, how well did they take care of you? I mean, there's been times where I'll have internet for 2 months and they forget to pay the bill, or they lose sponsorships, and that was in the southern part of Italy in Scafati. What was it like with the setup once you were there with the practices 2 times a day? Go into details about that.
Yeah, Jerusalem from the setup was unbelievable, man. They have everything laid out, and a lot of it is because, now they're arguably the top team, but then they were clearly always the 2 team. Their battles were always with Maccabi Tel Aviv, which I'm sure is always top 5 in the world. Yeah. And now they've even beaten Maccabi a couple years, and so they've kind of taken over that spot. So everything from a logistics standpoint was all laid out. They're used to having guys that have NBA experience. And I think, with those teams that are used to dealing with those types of guys, the situations are a little bit different. It's different from, a lower team that hasn't been used to dealing with guys from the NBA or high-level guys. They know they can get away with some things, and they take that opportunity. But washer, dryer, internet, car, everything was always laid out, paid on time, everything.
So let's go into the medical on the team. Did you guys practice 2-a-days? If you had any injuries, did they have proper medical care? Those types of things.
Yeah, super fortunate, bro. I've never had an injury. Knock on wood. I'm knocking on that big head of mine. Knock on wood. Never had any injuries. So not anything significant. And really, shoot, bro, haven't had a lot of teammates. So your typical trainer there to tape ankles, there for normal physio, rehab for any guys.
Facilities were nice. Practice
facilities were nice. Yeah. They actually, we played in an historical building that they practice in now. They've since built a state-of-the-art new arena, but when I was there, it was the gym was called Malha, which is again historical, so it wasn't great as far as up to date, but the atmosphere was bananas. We practiced where we played. It was just one. It was kind of like the old Boston Garden, you know.
Yeah,
We were used to it, but teams hated coming in to play us because
because
we
it
knew
was
where all the
ruckus
dead
inside.
spots were. Yeah.
Yeah, those are those small towns. So Jerusalem as a city, how was it? Just obviously a lot of time we're in the gym, hotel, gym, airport. As someone that goes over there with a wife, kids, or even family comes and visit, how was Jerusalem as a city for visiting and just living in year round?
Yeah, man. Israel in itself, I call it one of my favorite places because I say it's one of the best kept secret in the world. You know, from our American media, they sensationalize what's going on over there, whether it's war or peace or suicide bombings or whatever you may have. None of that is like that, bro. I was there. First off, I played 5 different seasons in Israel for more teams than just Jerusalem. And at no point in my experience in Israel did I feel like I need to be on the next thing smoking.
Yeah,
Like it was, I felt safe. The closest I was proximity wise is I played in a city called Ramada Sharon, which is 14 kilometers away from Gaza.
yeah.
So I was right there. And again, at no point did I feel threatened.
Okay,
My mom came over. She loved it. I wasn't married at the time, so I didn't have a family. Oh, well, the first time. The second time I went back to Jerusalem, my wife, my newborn, any of those.
okay. Awesome. Well, let's get into the financial portions of things. Let's before when we wrap this up. Obviously, you going over there, and we're traveling basketball players, so we have to go where the money is. How was
Yep.
the financial situation with your team, along with Israel as a whole?
Yeah, really good. Again, Jerusalem specifically, with them being in the situation that they're in, ownership is unbelievable, management is unbelievable, and even the coaches. Even though I spoke about having, a difference in coaches, like everything across the board per that club is awesome, and then everything across the board in Israel. You have a very westernized country. I mentioned being 45 minutes away, so from Tel Aviv, and Tel Aviv is New York City in the
Yeah, I've
Middle
been to Tel
East.
Aviv a couple times. It's beautiful there. Yeah, everybody speaks
Yeah,
English. It's good nightlife, good people,
the
very
food is
friendly.
amazing, the people are amazing, and that just goes back to Israel as a whole. It's much like America, especially now where if you're on the outside looking in at our country, you think that we're crazy. There's right wing here, there's left wing here, very much the same there. But it's the people that are in the middle with the daily interactions that are fine. And
Yeah,
so because of the team, payments were always on time, payments across the board. We probably got paid a little bit better than the other teams outside of Maccabi. But all my other experiences in Israel have been awesome as far as
outstanding.
payment. Yeah, yeah, great country, bro. And also, I'll throw this in as a bonus. The women's teams over there are really good and really competitive as well, where they draw a lot of high level WNBA players,
Yeah,
which adds to the life because we didn't come home for Thanksgiving because they always had Thanksgiving dinner with the girls, the
yeah.
guys. It's such a close knit
Friendsgiving.
unit.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
did
it
that
was
over in
really cool.
Istanbul, Turkey, with Galatasaray. Same
Yeah,
thing.
exactly.
Well,
Yep.
how can people get in contact with you? What do you have going on? Let's wrap up this little interview, and just wanted to hear your last sports on. It sounds like you had an outstanding experience, and you'd recommend anybody. And how would some other players that are about to sign with this team get in contact with you?
Yeah, man. Hit me. The easiest way is my name at jasonwells.com. So JAY. Make sure you throw the Y in there. That's
Yep.
actually my tagline. But JAYSON at jasonwells.com is my email. Shoot, I got no issues with throwing my cell phone. So 678-823-5838. I got an Atlanta number, but I actually live in St. Louis at the moment. Yeah, man, hit me. I love what you're doing, BD. Like this is it. And however I can help, let me know.
Awesome. Well, thank you for the compliments, and hopefully this your information you pass along will help some future players in making the right decision.
Yeah, man.
Awesome, Jason.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.